Hi guys, Craig here from APC Physio. Today we're going to go through a Pilates class. We're going to go through just a little bit of a general warm-up. We're going to go through some balance work, some leg work through some squats and some lunge type variations. We're also going to have a look at some spinal mobility, some rotations in a 4-point kneeling position, and we're going to go through a few glute bridges in different positions and have a look then at the plank as well. All right, so it's going to try to keep it flowing as best you can. I'll go through some different levels as to how you can make this slightly easier, slightly harder, and we'll go through it, okay? If I turn side on, doesn't mean you have to, it's just so you can see the movement from different positions, okay? And as always, go at your own pace, your own speed. If you have to pause the video, that's fine. Just go through it as you feel you can. This one's probably going to be a little bit more of an intermediate-esque level, so it's not going to be pure beginners, but it should be still handy enough at the same time. It's not going to be anywhere near expert level or anything like that. All right, so what you're going to need for today is you're going to need your mini band. All right, so the smaller, shorter one looped, or if you have a longer one, you can just tie it off in a loop in a knot, okay, so that you've got effectively the same thing. So we'll get going then, folks. All right, so just nice and handy, just a little bit of a warm-up first is just marching on the spot. All right, nice and handy, opposite arm to leg if you can. And if you feel you can, you're going to rise up onto the toe as well. So just about the level before you're taking off, skipping down the yellow brick road. Okay, and now we're going to go into the tippy toes, just rising up onto the toes, sinking back down. Breath out on the way up, breath in on the way down. You might only do about 8 or 10 of these. Okay, and then into a squat, so just down, bending down and up, as if you're going to sit into a chair. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. Trying to keep the weight as even as you can through the whole foot for this. Go as deep as you feel you comfortably can. If you can sink bum to heel, perfect. If not, go as far as you feel you can anyway. And again, you might do 8 or 10 of these. And then hands onto the hips. Nice wide circles of the hips. As if you've got a hula hoop on and you're trying to spin it as wide and keeping it up and not ending up around the ankles. Swap it around the opposite direction. Okay, and then into some forward folds. So we're going to get the breathing to match and we're going to get the back to move now. So starting off the hands and the thigh, as you breathe out, just going to reach down towards the floor. Breath in at the bottom, breath out, coming back up. Breath in at the top, breath out and down. In at the bottom, out on the way up. Just following through that pattern, up and down, breath in at the bottom, breath in at the top, and breath out as you move. So starting off just nice and easy with this, go to how you feel is comfortable. If you're finding it's not too bad, we just exaggerate the spinal movement a little bit more. So rolling from the head to the shoulders, mid back, lower back on the way down, really trying to create that curve of the spine as comfortably as you can. Breath in at the bottom, breath out, trying to unroll the spine on the way back up. You can go with an arm reach overhead, breath in at the top, breath out, right the way down towards the floor. Breath in at the bottom, breath out and up. And just doing once more up and down. And coming back to the center then. Let the blood rush out of the head if it takes a few seconds there. Now to go into a sideways lean. So starting off first, just hands by your side. Breath out, slide one hand down towards the knee. Breath in, back to the center. Breath out, down towards the other knee. Breath in, back to the center. And with this, what we're looking for is trying to make as much of that banana shape of the body as you possibly can, okay? So it's not just your shoulders tilting down, trying to get the whole body to sway with it. So as your arms go down towards one side, your hips should sway out to the other. If you wish to get a little bit more out of it, link the fingers behind the head. Doing the same thing. Breath out as you lean. Breath in, coming back to the center. Okay, and then feet about hip width apart. Slight little bend in your knees into some rotation here now. As I mentioned, we're going to go through some rotations, so we're going to start this a little bit here. So small little kind of bend in the knees, as if your body's been cut in two, okay? So the lower half, that stays nice and still, so your ankles, your knees and your hips, they don't move or pivot or shift, they stay facing forward and stay in the same position. It's the upper body now we're trying to turn, okay? So starting with the hands across the chest first, and just turning the torso side to side. Okay, so feet, ankles, knees, hips staying steady. Trying to get the shoulders, the chest and the head to turn side to side. Let the head follow if you can. And relaxing it off there, and then into some shoulder rolls or shoulder shrugs. So arms relaxed, handily by your side. Pinch them up towards your ears, back, down and around to the front. Up, back, down and around to the front. You can match the breathing with this if you wish, trying to get the breath in as you pinch them up and back. Breath out as they go down and forward. And you might swap the direction then around, going the opposite way around. Pinch them back, up, forward and down. Trying to keep the breathing somewhat similar. Breathe in as you pinch them back and up. Breathe out as they go forward and down. And just relaxing it off there. Lastly, into the head and neck area then, just nodding up and down. Nice and easy. Don't go too fast. Just allow the head to nod comfortably up and down. And just once more up and down. Back to the center and then turning left and right. Trying to keep a small little tuck of your chin so that you're not sticking it out all the way and kind of torsioning the neck. Trying to keep a little bit of a small chin tuck. Just over and back again, not going too fast. Don't force it into any position, just let it go comfortably as far as it can. And back to the center, and then trying to bend the neck to the side, so ear towards your shoulder, left and right. Hold for a second on each one. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and steady as well, that's it. Over and back again, don't force it, just allow it to go as comfortably as you feel you can. Once more to each side. And back to the center. Okay, so that's the general kind of loosener or warm up done. Okay, we're going to go into some balance work now. So starting off first, we're just going to go on 1 foot at a time. So if you need to, maybe have a wall close by if you feel your balance is a bit shaky. If not, just standing in the spot. Okay, so going to start on what you would typically deem as your bad leg first. All right, that's the way I like to do it, is you train the better side second. So your bad leg, or the one you deem to be worse, start with that one, and then that way we can just match with the other side, so we're not creating any imbalances. So I'm going to start, I'm a lefty, so I'm going to start on my right foot, trying to just lift the left knee now, if we can, going right the way up in front. Starting off, just trying to hold it here. Okay, nice and steady, trying to keep from head through the body down to your foot as strong as possible. Control the breathing, trying not to look at the floor. Try look off out in the distance if you can. And you might try hold this initially for 5 seconds, and then we can build it up. We can go and try and aim for about maybe 30 seconds. And we swap it over then to the opposite side. So same thing, get the control. It's okay to have a slight little bend in the knee, but just once it's nice and strong, that standing leg is staying strong as you can. The other knee coming up in the front, if you can. If you'd rather have that foot down closer to the floor as an extra bit of security, that's fine, but just challenge the body safely. And again, building up for maybe 5 seconds, aiming to get up to around 30. Okay, and just relaxing it off there. Let the legs walk out a little bit. Okay, we're going to grab the mini band now, so that's the smaller looped one. Okay, we're going back to that right leg now, or if for you, could have been your left leg. So, going to the first leg again. Okay, you're going to take the mini band, you're going to go out in front with the opposite arm. So, standing on the right, left arm is out in front. And you're going to bring that left knee up as well. Okay, using your right hand, as if you're winding up a bow and arrow, you're going to pull that band back towards the chest. Okay, and just holding it here first. So from the side, go up, get the position, wind up your imaginary bow and arrow, just trying to hold it here. So we're getting balance and a bit of an upper body work as well. Again, just trying to hold. Okay, if you feel you can, and you want to add a bit more of a challenge to it, and challenging the balance once you're up, you're going to get the control, then trying to scan over left and right, so getting that rotation, keeping the arm nice and steady. So imagine you're picking out your target, scanning across left and right. Feel the foot work as it goes into that pronation and supination, or arch up and down. 3, 2, 1, and just shake off the leg. Then swap over to the other side. So standing on the left, right arm out in front of the band first. Float the knee if you can. Okay, and a good pull then with the left arm back towards you. Get the tension on the band, winding up the bow and arrow as such. And again, just holding it there for a few seconds. From here, if you can, trying to aim side to side. Again, imagine you're picking out your target. Don't let go of the band, especially the front one. It's never nice to get a band to slap back at you. Whoop, balance gone. Reset if you have to. 3, 2, and 1. And relaxing off. We're going to leave the band away there now for a moment, leaving it down to the side. And we're just going to go into some normal squats now to hit the legs, okay? So, feet again about hip width apart. Hands on the hip or across the chest, whichever works easier for you. And then breathing in, sink the knees and hips down towards the floor. Breath out, coming up nice and tall. Breath in and down, out and up. breath in and down, out and up. Trying to keep the knees in a straight line between your ankles and your hips. Don't let them come together. Keep them out fairly comfortably. Okay, you might do 8, 10, 12 of those perhaps. Okay, now we're going to just go down to about a 3/4 depth position. You're just going to hold it here. Okay, so this is an isometric movement position that you're getting a workout without necessarily moving too much. And just holding it there first, much like Ireland's Fittest Families, where you'd use a wall and you go into the wall sit. Similar idea here. Okay, feeling the burn. And challenging the body. If you can get to about 30 seconds, great. If you can go to a minute, great. Challenge to where you feel you can. Okay, and then just standing up out of it then. Shake off the legs. Okay, might grab hold of the leg behind then if you can. A bit of a quad stretch. Use the wall for balance. Just hold in here for a few seconds. We swap over. And again, shaking out the legs. So again, this one is another one that you're going to feel the work on the legs, predominantly here, a little bit here in the calf. So predominantly your quad, but a little bit in the calf as well. And you're not going to do a whole lot of movement, but you should be feeling it in one of those two areas. So starting off in the lunge position, one leg out in front of the other. So nice and wide, okay? Bending at both knees. You're in that lunge position and just going to try and holding it here. Nice and strong and steady. Again, similar to that squat hold. Maybe looking to hold for about in around 30 seconds or go to where you feel you can. If you're feeling, Craig, this is easy, and you wish to make it a touch more of a challenge, that front foot is you're going to go up and down onto the tippy toes. Okay, so just the front foot, heel lifts off the floor and down. So small little subtle movements, the rest of the body trying to stay nice and still, just that front knee and heel rising up and down. Feeling the burn? I am. 3, 2, 1, and we swap over to the other side. Shake over the legs if you need to. Same position, bending both knees, get the control and just holding it here. Nice controlled breathing, staying nice and steady through the feet, legs staying strong. And again, if you feel you can, adding in that heel lift up and down. Three, 2, and 1. And back to the center, just shake the legs out again. If you need to, going into that quad stretch once more. Trying to bring your heel up towards your bum. And again, swap over. And relax out. Okay, take a quick drink of water there if you need to, quick breather. And then once we go from there, going into a 4-point kneeling position. So, starting off roughly around 2 fist widths between your knees. Similar width between your hands. Okay, knees under your shoulders, or knees under your hips, knees under your shoulders. It's not even Friday to make mistakes like that. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, trying to get that box formation here. Okay. And then just trying to find that neutral position for you. So going through a couple of just spinal flows, or cat, cows, cat, camels, happy cat, sad cat. There's very different names for this. Effectively just arching the back up towards the sky, tilting back down. Arch up, tilt down. Arch up, tilt down. Okay, so you're trying to over-exaggerate the curve of the spine. Getting a breath in as you arch up, breath out as you arch down. Let the head nod with the movement as well. And trying to keep the arms straight. Okay. Now from here we're going to go through some rotational movements, alright? So just letting the spine kind of go a little bit loose. Not too concerned about the kind of perfect spot of the back with this. So left hand is going to stay nice and straight. Your right hand then, as you take a breath in, you reach the hand through the hole, called threading the needle. And then breathing out, you're going to try to twist it up towards the sky as high as you can. Breath in, reach through the hole. Breath out, up towards the sky. Breath in and reach. Breath out and up. Breath in and reach. Breath out and up. That left hand staying nice and strong. It doesn't move. It stays straight as best you can. Really trying to show off the chest towards the wall. Trying to get the hand and the head to turn with it. Again, as far as you feel is comfortable. And we swap over to the opposite side. So same thing, right hand stays nice and still. Breath in, reach the left hand through that hole. Breath out, up towards the sky. Breath in, reach through the hole. Breath out, up towards the sky. Right arm staying nice and straight as you can. And we just relax. Then again back to the center. We're going to come to a half kneeling position now. So what I mean by that is one foot comes forward then on the front, keeping the other knee on the floor. So right leg forward like me here. Trying to get that 90-degree bend at the knee and the foot flat on the floor. So we're just going to exaggerate that rotation a little bit more now. Okay, so you're going to try get both hands down to the inside of that right ankle. Okay, so from here, same thing. So both hands down as close to that right ankle if you can. All right, and using the right hand, the one closest to that ankle, breathing in, reach up towards the sky. Breathing out, trying to reach your elbow along the inside of the ankle towards the floor. Breathing in, trying to get it to reach up. Breathing out, trying to get the elbow down towards the floor. Don't worry if it doesn't hit the floor, that's just the direction in which you're trying to aim for. Breath in and up, breath out and down. If you wish to make this a touch harder, okay, you're going into more of a world's greatest stretch position, okay? So starting with the hands down on the floor, you're going to rise the back knee, so you're then on the foot, on the back leg, the left leg. And the same movement with the arm. Breath in, that right arm is up towards the sky. Breath out, elbow down towards the floor. Breath in and up, breath out and down. And we swap it over to the other side. left leg now to the front. I'll show this one from the front. Okay, so starting off first, both hands down towards the floor near that left ankle, or to the inside of the left ankle. Left hand moving, breath in, up towards the sky. Breath out, down towards the floor. Breath in, up towards the sky. Breath out, down towards the floor. And if you can, rising the right knee and you're on the foot into that world's greatest stretch position. Breath in, arm up. Breath out, arm down. Just once more, up and down. And relax back down. Bring both knees then back to the floor. We're going to go back into that 4-point kneeling again. Okay. And just going from here, finding that neutral back. Okay, so arch up, arch down. Find that spot that's somewhere in between the two, not arched up, not arched down, halfway between. Okay, we're going to go from here just into some shoulder car movements, okay? Controlled articular rotations. Now, if you have problems with your shoulder on this, or if you have problems with your shoulder in general, it might be worthwhile just to get it checked out that you're able for this movement first. All right, so if you have rotator cuff issues, it's not going to be the most comfortable one to do. Try it, see how it goes. So, left arm first in, so trying to keep that same 4-point kneeling position. Left arm comes down by your side, so in line with your hip. Palm up to the sky. You're going to keep that height. Bring it out to the side as far as you feel you can. You'll feel like you get to a natural sticking position, that your thumb wants to twist down towards the floor. Continue it up over your head, and then reverse the motion. Okay, so you're doing like a sideways sweep of the arm out to the side and creating that rotation. So starts up, palm up towards the sky as it's down by your hip. Out to the side, the palm twists down towards the floor to go up to a thumbs up direction over your head. Reverse the motion, back and forward. Okay, so it's bringing the shoulder, the arm through its natural range of motion. And you're trying to get as much of this range as you feel you can. Trying to free up any stiffness in that shoulder, trying to get the muscles to work. All the while, trying to keep that nice, easy, flat position of the spine. Going nice and smooth. Let me swap it over then to the other side. Same thing from here. Reset. If you feel you've lost that neutral spine, reset, that's fine. Right hand, palm back up towards the sky. Out to the side. Twist the thumb around and up to the sky. And sweeping back around. Just nice easy breathing as well. Doesn't necessarily have to match any movement. Keeping the back nice and steady. That support arm staying nice and strong. Good stuff. Just once more forward and back. And back. And we come to a nice tall kneeling position. Just shrug the shoulders out then a little bit after that. They might feel a little bit tender. Okay. From here, we're now going to go lying on our tummies. So you're walking your hands forward, flat to the floor. We're going into a plank, okay? So I'm going to try go for about 3 sets of 30 seconds here, but work to where you feel you can, all right? If you can only get to 10 seconds, perfect, that's fine. just work to where you can. So starting with the elbows underneath the shoulders, okay? You can go to level 1, which is pushing the elbows and pushing the knees into the floor, that your hips just elevate up, okay? And just trying to hold it there. Should you wish to make it a touch harder and you want to go for the full plank, okay, that one is where you're going to hook the toes in, okay? And same idea first. Push to the knees, lift the hips and get your control from there. Breath out, rise the knees then and holding in that position. Control the breathing. Don't let the hips drop. Try to keep the back nice and strong. Elbows pressed to the floor. Control the breathing. Three, 2, 1, and relax down. Take the weight off the elbows, come back to a kneeling position if you need to, or just lying on the floor. Let the body relax out of it. It's a tough one. The ones I find where you're not moving, where you have just time under tension, are definitely hard work. Okay, I'm just going to get ready to go again for the second set. Okay, and same thing from here. Breath out onto the knees, and if you can, onto the toes. Get the control of breathing. Keep the hips up. That imaginary string between your belly button and your spine is staying nice and tight to keep the belly button up. Three, 2, 1, and again just relaxing down. Okay, and we get ready to go again just one last time. Okay, so again, breath in, breath out, up onto the knees or toes. Control the breathing. If you're finding this is too easy, you can add in a leg lift, opposite leg each time, alternating, keeping the hips up. And again, this is just done to a level of difficulty that you feel you can. So if you're on your knees, I don't expect you to go straight for this one. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax out. Just let the body take a quick breather, bum back to the heels, head to the floor, into this child's pose. And nice deep breathing in and out. Okay, turn from there onto the side. Okay, I'm going to start with nice straight lines. So ankles, knees, hips and shoulders, stack the one on top of the other in a straight line. Top hand if needs be for support on the floor at the front, otherwise is relaxed on your side. I'm just going through a straight leg lift, so the top leg, breath out, up towards the sky, breath in and down, breath out and up. Breath in and down. Trying to keep that straight line right the way through. So from your head, through your shoulder, to your hip, to your knee, down to your foot. Don't let the hips fall back. Try keep them nice and straight, as if there's a pole through your hips, earthing you to the ground, keeping you steady. Breath out and up, in and down. Go as high as you comfortably feel you can. Let the ankle just relax. Last one up. Hold it there if you can. Control the breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Bend both knees forward to the front and just let your shoulder fall back to the floor. And we're going to turn on to the opposite side. So exact same thing here. Nice straight lines from head to heel. Ankles, knees, hips and shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Top hand if needed for support on the floor. Breath out, rise the leg up. Breath in and down. Try and keep the ankle relaxed. Not letting the hip fall backwards. And the last one up. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and down. Bend the knees forward to the front. And again, letting the shoulder fall back to the floor. Okay, and coming back to the center then. Lying on your back, you're going to go feet flat on the floor, the knees bent, just into some small little pelvic tilts to find a neutral position. So, rolling along your tailbone, just arching the back up off the floor, squashing it back down, arch up, squash down, find the middle position. Okay, and once you feel you've got that middle position for you, trying to keep that centered spot, then using the feet as you breathe out, rise the hips up towards the sky into that glute bridge, okay, and lowering back down. So creating that bridge from your knees to your shoulders or shoulder blades. Breath out, rise the hips up, breath in and down. So generating the pressure from your feet. Push the whole foot to the floor. Feel that pressure build through your calf muscle, your hamstring, into your glute, right the way up. You shouldn't really feel too much in the lower back here, okay? If you are, maybe bring your feet a little bit closer to your body. Breath out and up, breath in and down. If you want to make this more of a hamstring work, you bring your feet further away. Again, breath out and up, breath in and down. And maybe once more up and down. And letting it relax off there. Both legs straight, just let them shake off. Okay, take the right knee up towards your chest. Just give it a good big hug up through the knee as best you can, hugging it up nice and tight. And swap with the other leg. And relaxing it off. Come to a seated position. And then that is us for today. All right, give that a go. See how you got on. If there's any challenges with it, just that's okay. Once there's no soreness to it. They should feel tough, but not sore. Okay? Give them a go, see how you find it.